Old Minecraft has some unbelievably broken glitches. Things like armor with cursed enchantments that allow you to survive a 900 block fall. Tools with some of the rarest enchantments. Effects that no longer exist. As I researched this video, I realized there was a whole collection of forgotten items that allow the player to become truly invincible. Here we go. Oh my gosh, we need to get geared up before it becomes night so we don't die. And I should say this is version 12W41A, which was released 12 years ago, and because it was glitched, it was actually removed from the launcher, which made it extremely challenging to downgrade my hardcore world to. Dang, that's right. I forgot my levels are gonna be deleted. Not only that, but my tools and armor are also gone, meaning getting these cursed items and enchantments is going to be much harder than I initially expected. Okay, we better get some food to at least survive. Oh my gosh, this was before mutton was added to the game. I forgot that wasn't always a thing. The first glitched item we're gonna try to get is only possible because this is the first update anvils were ever added, and there was a huge oversight. As I explored the jungle in search for a cave to get some iron, I pretty quickly came across a jungle temple. Yo, I've seen these before in Indiana Jones movies. Please, no mobs, please, please. Now we need to not step on the tripwire. All right, let's get rid of the string. What have we got? Oh my gosh! You're actually kidding me, bro. I was worried about our diamonds. We got so much iron, we got bones. Okay, now we can focus on getting this anvil, which surprisingly is harder to get now than it is in the later versions. A cave, yo. Okay, we gotta get iron from this, which didn't take too long to find. However, this is no celebrating time because it was here that I found my first mob. We need to be careful because what if the reason they deleted this version was because mobs were glitched and more powerful? And then as I used that iron to make some armor, I made my way around a corner, only to come face to face with this old creeper. Oh. Come on. Oh my gosh, dude. That could have been the whole hardcore world right there. It's so funny that back in the day, you just had to know the recipe. What the heck? How is there... What? This was the normal anvil recipe. How is it not working? So, in desperation and being confused, I had no choice but to go ask the one person I knew would know the answer to this riddle. Paddle by paddle, I knew I was getting closer to this person's location until I saw him, Mog Swamp.
What are you doing all the way out here?
I live here.
Really? Well, wow. I came all the way out here to ask you a question, actually.
So, all right, shoot.
I'm playing old Minecraft, and I'm trying to craft an anvil, and I noticed the normal recipe is not working. You know what it is?
Yeah, all right. So you're gonna need 3 iron blocks on top, 3 iron blocks on the bottom, 1 iron ingot in the middle.
Oh, that makes so much sense. I appreciate it, man. Until next time.
Hey, can I get a ride with you back to shore?
1 seat. It's only 1 seat. I'm sorry. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Take care.
I knew I could rely on the man. Okay, there it is. Let's go. We got ourselves an anvil. Okay, we just got to put it there. Oh, I lost it. This is literally the first update anvils were added. And now for our glitched item, if we go ahead and put this diamond inside, you can see that we can get rid of the name by just deleting it. And this is the only version to ever allow this. Look at that. We have a... But to be honest, this doesn't really help us in becoming OP. It was that we actually just needed the anvil for the next step. So with that being said, we can now move on to the next removed snapshot, 12W49A. And this is a crucial version to go to in obtaining our cursed armor. However, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work because a couple days ago, when I was browsing old archives, I came across this strange post.
So, I've been playing Minecraft since alpha, and after updating my world to the new snapshot to see the new enchantment books, I noticed something off while testing them out. I ended up with a diamond sword with Fortune 3 on it. That shouldn't be possible, right? Is this some sort of glitch?
How could this be possible? Was he joking? Silk touch sword, feather falling armor, a efficiency blaze rod. All of these should be impossible, yet this update somehow appeared to allow it. So I've looked into this a little further, and I think I have a plan. We're going to need a bunch of diamonds to make all the tools and armor we'll need, plus a monster spawner to be our source of XP for making these cursed enchantments. So as I went to go begin the diamond search, oh my god! That was a slight overreaction, but what can I say? I really don't want to die. So as I yearned deeper into the mines, it was here that I began to notice how weird the mobs were acting. What was up with that creeper? That creeper is bugged, bro. That's freaking bugged. No, that is not normal movement. No. And little did I know that the struggles I was going through now were nothing compared to what was to come. Man, if I played with this level of skill back in the day, I would be like the top Minecraft player. Yo, it's a zombie spawner. Dude, we needed that for the XP farm. Now, what was even more unbelievable about this zombie spawner is that as I opened up the chest, dude, no way. A subscribe block? These got removed way back in alpha, beta, in-depth version 5. Well, I hope you consider it. It really does help the channel. So I began by mining out the area to create space for the farm. Oh, okay, that scared me. Shazam! There we are. From there, as I was going to find water to push the zombies, I actually found lava. Hey Vsauce, Michael here. Does the nether exist in these old updates? Well, what is the nether? What is what? You see, all of these No, the nether apparently does not exist, or I made the portal wrong. Now with my water, I next made some water streams to flow the zombies to one side of the room. And then we just have to kill them. Perfect. So now that we have our source of XP, we're gonna need to get a max level enchantment table, which will require leather and paper to make books. So let's first make our way to the surface. Please don't be night. Yes. Hey, what can I say? 50-50 chance. I'm always lucky with those. Unless it's for an investment where I just lose all my... So I quickly got started with making a wheat farm to breed some cows before going around and harvesting all the sugarcane I could find. And as I crafted my first book, I realized it was going to take a long time to get enough resources to make all of the bookshelves for the max level enchantment table. So I figured while my farms were growing and multiplying, I would take this time to go get all the diamonds we would need to make all of the cursed tools and armor. This all began with strip mining. At what level? Y11, that's right. It's been several hours and we got all of the diamonds we'll need. Finally, with the last couple diamonds, I made the enchantment table for the glitch, and by this time the sugarcane farm had grown enough to be able to make all the paper we would need for the books. Now heading back down to our zombie spawner, I decided to clear out some space where I set everything up to prepare for the method. Time to enchant. It looks like you cannot see what you're gonna get. That kind of sucks a little. Knockback. This is technically one of the many books that we're gonna need, and now I should show you how the glitch works. 12W49A was the first snapshot where enchanted books were added, and because of this, Mojang apparently didn't bug test hard enough, because you can just put any enchantment book on any item, tool, block, anything. The possibilities for how OP this is are endless, and I should mention now that this is just one of the bugs we're going to be using to make our armor disgustingly overpowered. But for now, we're just going to be goofy and make a knockback stick because, well, those are just awesome. That's pretty cool. We got a knockback 2 stick. That's impossible to get in the latest version. So that's our first enchantment. Just spent 30 levels doing that. Oh, yes. That's one thing I forgot to mention is that when you do a level 30 enchantment in this early version, it just uses all of your levels. That is going to be very annoying. Now we'll come down here and we'll farm the zombies for 30 levels again. What the heck? Who's calling me right now? The CIA? Oh, I hope they didn't find the bodies. Hello?
Is this Wunba?
Yep, that's me.
This message is for you only. Declassifying will result in a 20-year prison sentence.
Wait, what? No. I'm recording right now.
War Thunder is coming. Prepare yourself.
Wait, you mean War Thunder, the sponsor? Dude, we go way back, but I did have some questions. Is it actually true that War Thunder is the most accurate and comprehensive military game ever?
Yes. Do not share this information.
Okay, so then is it also true that the game has over 2,500 vehicle models based off of actual CIA documents?
That is correct. That was also classified.
Now, I've also heard that because of the detailed graphics and authentic sounds, it feels like you're on a real battle zone.
The CIA is coming to your house now.
Really? Well, okay, that's fine. I don't care because I can just customize all my planes, tanks, ships, and helicopters from inside of jail.
You have a point.
Because they say you can play from anywhere, like PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and I heard they're even available on mobile devices like iOS and Android.
You found the loophole. Do not tell them about the
Links? Oh, I'm telling them about the links in the pinned comment or description so that they can sign up. If you're a new player or have been inactive for 6 months or longer, you'll receive a huge bonus pack on PC and consoles that includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 silver lions, and 7 days of premium account. Thanks War Thunder for sponsoring the video.
Expect the CIA to arrest you shortly.
Here we go. Next level 30 enchantment. Power 3. Ah, that sucks. That's actually so bad. Now I gotta wait all over again. Yup. So this was my life for many hours. The one nice thing is that this was before entity cramming was a thing, so I could just leave the PC running for hours and do other things like pet my new cat and build her this tree, which she absolutely loves. Her name is Murph, by the way, like from Interstellar. You have no choice. You have to go down into the comments and say Murph is adorable. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just the one who works here. I don't make the rules. Oh my gosh, another Power 3. Bro. Seriously, the hardest part about this enchanting process was losing 30 levels every time you got something trash. Because just processing these zombies would take like 20 minutes per attempt. Nope. No. Nope. Bro, another efficiency 4. Dude. Oh my gosh, I have to do it again. By this point, I had processed over 3,000 zombies and still not gotten any of the rarer books we needed for the armor. Well, I guess we have no choice. Hey Doc, what's happening?
Are you still experiencing pain?
Yeah, no, it's gotten worse.
Yeah, you have tendinitis.
You're saying it's
tendinitis.
Tendinitis?
You have tendinitis.
Oh my gosh.
You need to stop clicking so much.
Yeah, I'll make sure to speed things up. Thank you. Bye. Even the doc says I gotta speed things up. By my calculations, at this pace, it's gonna take 2,000 real-life years. I need to get this video out to pay my rent. I do not want to become homeless with my cat. So that's when I had the idea to RNG manipulate the game. Similar to what we did in the previous Liquids Challenge video, basically, I tested that by getting to 30 levels, lining myself up at the enchantment table, and then exiting the world and taking a backup, I could go into the world and enchant the book. If it was something trash, then replace the world with the backup I took and try it again. This reset method allows me peace and serenity, which in turn gives me more time to pet my cat. Oh my gosh, she's on. All right, come on, please, something good. Feather falling 4, no way. That's actually what we needed. And just like that, the good enchantments began to roll in. Bane of Arthropods 4. I know this looks bad, but we actually want this to put it on our shovel. So there we go. That is one of the 2 Bane of Arthropods 4 books we wanted. Yo, Respiration 3. That goes on our boots. Looting 2. Oh, let's go. Another Looting 2. And if we combine the 2, we get Looting 3, which is another book we're looking for. Bane of Arthropods 4. Actually, that is one we wanted because we'll combine these for 4 levels to get Bane of Arthropods 5. There we go. That is our last feather falling. Okay, and now that we got all the enchanted books we needed, we're gonna move on to getting some cursed items and blocks, which are just so absurd that it's laughable. However, no one has ever gotten these before. And the first one is a bottle of XP with an enchantment that should not be possible. And I'm pretty sure the only way to get these in this version is through villager trading. Good news, I found a village earlier, and I came with all the items that can be traded with villagers, so all we have to do is trade with a cleric and get the bottle. Oh, how I wish it was actually that easy. Firstly, the villager professions are locked in this update, meaning I cannot turn this librarian into a cleric. You have to find a naturally spawning cleric villager. The next thing I discovered is that trading works differently in this version. To level up a villager, you have to trade with him, and then he's gonna unlock a new level. And you have to repeat this on the newest item, so on and so forth. The problem with this is you can't keep buying cheap things. You have no choice but to buy the last trade, which can be extremely expensive. And the real big problem is it's not guaranteed. I could completely max out the villager and we don't get what we need. So I left, and as I ventured for about 20 more minutes, it was here that I discovered another huge problem. Villages in this update are much more rare than in modern Minecraft. Now, it's pretty clear that with these videos, I don't get enough exercise. So I will make a deal with you guys. If this video gets 200,000 likes, no matter what the time of day it is that the video hits it, I will go out and record myself running a marathon. Oh, bro, I have been searching for a village for almost 2 hours now. I almost feel like they don't even exist once you get far enough out in the world. Oh my gosh, it's a village. Oh, yes, there's a cleric. And let me introduce you to our man, the cleric. Or should I call him the scammer? Wait, that's actually a really good trade. I'm gonna do that. Level him up. Yo, we just got unbreaking on our pickaxe, and now he's gonna level up. All right, what do we got? Eyes of Ender. Huh. Okay. Well, 8 emeralds. You know what? That's a lot, but it's certainly not impossible for me to get. So I traded with some nearby villagers to get enough. Please. Bottle of XP, come on. Don't say I need to trade with him again. Bro, what? You little con artist. He just scammed me. He didn't level up. Please level up. Please. Yes, he did level up. Please have it. Oh no, it's glowstone. Oh. It was all for nothing. So as I searched for another village, I know you're probably thinking, Wunba, just use a village finder to find them quicker. Well, actually, I tried that. And look at this. The version is so old, it doesn't even exist. We literally have no choice but to just manually search for these villages. Please just level up. Thank you. Bottle of enchanting. Oh, no. I could make a diamond sword and do it. I gotta make a diamond sword. I'm gonna invest these 2 diamonds. This is the only way to level him up. Smite 2. Please, bottle of enchanting. You little that was fake. I just called him a stinker, but that beep was too funny. Come on, please, bottle of enchant. This guy. Dang. Wow. Dude, I want these bottles to become OP for a quest, but like, is it even worth it at this point? I've been going for so many hours. With this negative thought loop growing in my head, something needed to change. And so I took a break and used this time to think up some alternative ideas. That's when I said, what if similar to how we RNG manipulated the books earlier, we did the same thing by taking a backup just before trading with the villager? Possibly, just maybe, the villager's trades would not always be the same, and I could just reset enough times to get the bottle of XP. So with no better ideas, I took a backup and began the search for a new village. Wow. Just goes to show how rare the villages are. I've traveled like 2,500 blocks in a direction and not gotten one yet. And when I finally found one, my suffering is over. The suffering. Oh no. Well, it's time for the backup. Okay, we do have the cleric. Okay, perfect. Oh my, yes. Oh my gosh. Dude, it was meant to be. I'm literally buying 24 of them. That makes me so happy. You don't even know. This was no joke. 3.5 hours getting that. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Not even Mog Swamp. I have been wanting to do this the whole time. Well, all right. Time to go back. Oh, man. Oh, I'm home. Honey, I'm home. I'm just kidding. I don't have a girlfriend. Now with our enchantment bottles, as you can see, they already have the enchanted effect. So I wonder what's going to happen once we put an actual enchantment on them. And it unfortunately looks exactly the same. This is everything we're going to be combining. You can stop the video and read it if you like, but my favorites would definitely have to be the Respiration 3 water bucket, Efficiency 5 obsidian. You know, it's all meant to be ironic. Oh my goodness. It has been hours, literally probably 150 Minecraft days of AFKing, grinding all of this armor, Feather Falling 4 helmet, chestplate, leggings, and Respiration 3 boots. And the reason we didn't put Feather Falling on the boots as well is because when we update later to make every type of protection god armor, we can also put the Feather Falling on the boots because that's just the normal enchantment. Then over here we have Sharpness pickaxes, Bane of Arthropods shovel, Fortune sword, Smite 5-0, and a looting 3 diamond axe. Here we go. Time to update and go to the next version, 15W40B. This is one of the few versions that allow you to get negative items. Originally discovered back in 2010, there were a few methods to acquire understacked items. After examining the forums, articles, and basically anything I could find, I realized that once you acquire one of these items, it almost acts as an infinite source of the cursed item. These negative items would be unbelievably overpowered. And with that goal motivating me, I opened the version, and it was here that I noticed for the first time. Oh my gosh, we can sprint now. Let's go. I can sprint, I can sneak, I can go in F5 easily. This is so nice. And I can hear as well now. We have sound. It is the little things that you take for granted. So the way that we get these negative items is through the use of trinitrotoluene. Yep. I looked that word up. It's the scientific word for TNT. And the item I want to make negative is going to be this diamond. With that plan in place, I went out of the base, and that's when I noticed, oh no, cows are gone. All right, so literally every passive mob near me just disappeared. I have no idea why, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem for getting this item. Okay, so this is the older version, but he puts the diamond in there, lights it, and then takes the diamond at the same time it explodes. That's it? Wow. I decided to hop on a creative world to get some practice. Okay, that makes sense. It takes a lot of luck and timing to perfect. Yeah, this is actually tough. I saw that the guy was also using an auto clicker to take the item and place it back quicker. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, that's smart. That's smart. So I thought that I would make one as well. You can see that the auto clicker is making it work a lot better. Oh my gosh, I have a negative diamond. As cool as this is, the downside, as I soon found out. Okay, negative diamond, 5. Oh, it doesn't let you put it away. And unfortunately, after checking the wiki again, I saw that these items get deleted after updating, meaning there is no way to keep them. It would have been cool to have one of these in the hardcore world, but honestly, probably would have been considered cheating with duplicating items, so I'm not too stressed about it. But with that being said, we should now move on to the next update, 16W30A. And this is the first update that uncraftable potions were added to the game. Legend says that by drinking the potion as it turns midnight in-game, it automatically puts you in creative mode. Yeah, I'm just kidding. The actual reason we're getting this is because it's an obtainable item. And my goal with the hardcore world is to get everything to exist and become as overpowered as possible. So as I began my fisherman arc by crafting some poles, that's when I said, we need to get lure 3 as quickly as possible. That's like the first thing. Also, the nether is now open in this version, but it looks old. I just got 3 pearls. Are you serious? That was with the looting axe. What? We know it works. Once I had 30 levels, I did an enchant and got luck of the sea with lure, which I don't know if this is actually something we want because the potions are technically a junk item, meaning having this enchantment might make it more rare to get. But regardless, I made 2 other fishing rods, which I eventually combined to get perfect fishing rod minus mending. Thank you. I'm gonna just create a little hut like this so that no mobs sneak up on us. And now we're gonna be here for a while. Okay, this is taking way too long. I'm leaving. Yeah, this is gonna be better. I'm just fishing alone in the dark. So I set up an AFK fish farm by following this tutorial by Tinker77. It'd be really funny if all of a sudden a bunch of people go to his video and tell him how awesome the design is after 8 years. Anyways, we're gonna just be fishing and I'm gonna check back in maybe 30 minutes. What is up? I just got back from the gym. My voice went down an octave after benching 2 plates. But it looks like we got some stuff and still no bottle. I just cleaned my apartment for 20 minutes. Let's see what we got. Oh. Yo, an uncraftable potion. My goal is to get several of these to bring back to the hardcore world base. Actually, speaking of that, I still don't know how we're gonna do that, but that's a problem for future me. Because after several more hours of fishing, I found, oh my gosh, mending, which I put on the rod so that later we can do an overnight AFK session without it breaking. I have not been here for a good minute. Oh my gosh, that scared me. We got all the potions we need. Let's actually go. That's crazy, bro. We got all 4. Now, this is where things get interesting because right here, we have all the bows you need to make a perfect bow. That is in modern day Minecraft, at least. Because as you know, you shouldn't be able to put mending and infinity on the same bow. It's just too overpowered. Except if we downgrade to version 15W42A. In this update, you were able to combine both onto the same bow. But there's an issue. When you downgrade from our current version, it resets the chunks to what they were back then, basically meaning our whole base will be deleted and the only things we can save is whatever is in our inventory. So I got all of our important items from the chests, and this is kind of sad leaving the base. What the freak? Okay, maybe it's a good thing this is getting deleted. So I downgraded the world and then opened it up. Oh, whoa. Okay, exact same coordinates, new world generation. Fascinating. There it is, the Mending Infinity Bow. This should not exist. Since I started my world, I wanted to get one of these. Now, like a student going in for a test they didn't study for, I was an idiot with getting this bow because when I downgraded, the uncraftable potions were deleted. So I updated the world again and then AFK fished overnight to get a whole bunch more. It was time to move on to the next update, the God Armor update. So let's just hope that when we update to 1.14 Minecraft, we don't lose any of our items. Nice. We have uncraftable potions and all of our ridiculous armor and stuff. Everything looks good. So we are going to need, what the heck? I'm trying to talk to you guys, and it's opposite. What? For those of you who don't know, this is the only version where you can get multiple types of protection on each armor piece. And this is obviously extremely overpowered. And even more so because we're going to be combining it with our already cursed armor. But it's not going to be easy to obtain because we'll have to collect all of the required enchantments from villagers so that it doesn't become too expensive when we combine everything. And to find them, we're going to need to get all around the world, which means we're going to need an elytra, which also means we have to beat the game. Well, technically, you don't have to beat the game if you build a flying machine over the... Just stop. We're beating the game in our 15,000 day hardcore world. It is kind of funny that I haven't gotten around to that yet. I'm just one who procrastinates a lot. Please don't die. Okay. What? We can get a screenshot. That's what I can do. There we go. All the rods and pearls. Just got to make our way back. Man, these pigmen are in the way. I hope there's not... Okay, honestly, I'm pretty stressed to do this again because the dragon is low-key always buggy with deaths, and I don't even have a totem. There we go. Beautiful shot. All 10 are down. And thankfully, the bow sort of just carried the fight. Nothing too risky. So after getting all the XP, I made my way through the end gateway to begin the search for the elytra. Oh my gosh, bro. That is so stupid. The lag. Keep in mind, this is still my main hardcore world. I was like 2 pixels away from death. Although I likely would have ender pearled, but still, it's a close call. Wait, bro. I'm stuck. Wait, I can't. No, bro. Dude, what is happening? Elytra. What is happening? I'm so low. Eat. What is happening? I don't have a totem. Water. That might help. Does that help? Oh my gosh. That was terrifying, dude. All right. I think I'm gonna head off for today. My whole goal with this video was to ensure the future of my world by becoming so powerful that I could essentially live forever. Yet the very act of me trying to do this is what caused me to nearly lose everything. And as I thought about this, I thought maybe I just got lucky this time, and that next time it would not be the case. The reason it's so important for me to keep this world is because each one of these videos is like a snapshot of what I was doing all the way back to 5 years ago when I started it. It's almost like I'm documenting the years, and as it grows, I can look back further. And it just goes to show the challenge of hardcore. You don't always get to have a heroic ending. The reality is, no matter how hard I try to prevent it, eventually, one day, this world will come to an end. And instead of constantly worrying about that, this near-death experience showed me that I should just focus on the present and not try to prevent the future. I had one mission that I needed to finish. And after that, I promised no more end gateways and that this was the last risky video I would do. Man, I still can't believe how close that was. Oh my gosh, but we did get the elytra we needed. I guess that means we gotta actually search for the villagers now so that we can get the books we need to make our god armor. I actually wonder if our old village is gonna still have villagers in it, because I don't know what would happen to the villagers as they get updated, like past the village and pillage update. And the answer for the villagers, the game just erased them from existence. They got Thanos snapped. So with my elytra, I flew to a new village, which also surprisingly didn't have any villagers. Pretty sure all of this upgrading and downgrading is causing my world to corrupt in some weird ways. However, a little further out, I found a new village with 3 villagers. So good thing we still have access to villagers. And villagers. Villagers. I am going to die if I say villagers one more time. And after breaking all the workstations, it was time to get trading. That's 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Okay. Whoa. Okay, wait. This is weird. This is like a mix of the old villager trading and the new trading. But also, look, they're just not losing their jobs. Okay, so I was wrong. Villager trading sucks in this version. And listen, I am not going through that trading system again. So we're gonna do something kind of confusing, but my plan is to update the world to 1.20, where the villager trades are really good, then get all the enchanted books we need, and downgrade the world to the one where we can make the god armor. So after updating to 1.20, I explored a little bit until I found a new village. First things first, we need to set up a villager breeder. We're gonna use this to make sure we have enough villagers to be able to get all these special enchants. Okay, perfect. That should give us 2 babies every day, which means 14 babies per week, 730 babies a year, 730,000 babies every 1,000. Those will be good enough rates for what we need. Now we'll need emeralds to trade with them, which can be easily acquired through making a string duper, which still works in 1.20. I made a second one. Now with all this string, let's set up some Fletcher stations, and these guys are gonna give us emeralds for string. Yes, there we go. Now the next step to trading our books is to set up some stations for the librarians' efficiency. I have a toilet next to me, an entire pack of Red Bulls in the fridge, and food in the pantry for 2 weeks. So I am prepared to be here until we get everything I need. Thorns 3, that fast. Wow, I'm actually kind of shocked we got that quickly. Now we go over here and we repeat with this guy. Smite, Aqua Affinity. Ooh, you know what? That's one we need for the helmet. We'll take it. Mending for 10. Holy cow. Mending for 10 is an absolute steal. Fire Prot 4. There we go. Prot 4. Projectile Protection 4 for 54 emeralds. Are you serious? Feather Falling 4, Unbreaking 3. In total, all of those trades cost me well over 1,000 emeralds. Thank goodness I did it in 1.20 as opposed to the older version. We have now acquired every single book that we're going to need to make the god armor, at least for now. We're gonna have to do another step in the hardcore world. But now that we have the books, this means we have to downgrade to the proper update. Everything we have here is gonna be deleted because these are newer chunks. It's gonna get corrupted. So only the stuff in my inventory is what will be saved, and I think we are ready. That meant that it was officially time to downgrade to Snapshot 19W13A. This is the God Armor and Luck Arrow update. I didn't tell you about that second part because this effect isn't even supposed to exist. So out of curiosity about this effect, I did some research, and that's when I stumbled across this video by Kigurumi, where he shows how to obtain it and then demonstrates that this effect gives you better loot tables. So if you're fishing, you'll get more lucky. If you're killing mobs, better drops, that sort of thing. So this is pretty practical in becoming more OP in the hardcore world. Go show Kigurumi some love. And now let's get this and our god armor. We are downgrading 6 updates, major updates. It should not delete my items. It should only delete the land. Yes. Now let's look for a new village to trade with a Fletcher and get that luck arrow. Nice. There we go. So I made the fletching table we needed and then waited till day to do the same backup strat we did with the previous enchantments and bottles of XP. Getting the luck arrow is only possible on a max level Fletcher, and even still, it's about a 1 in 25 chance to get. So this is gonna take a while. Turtle Master arrows. All right, so he ended up with Turtle Master, meaning we did not get it. So we're gonna put the backup in and try again once more. Okay, come on. Please, he's a master. Please, please, please. Nothing. So we just keep trading with this guy until we get leaping. Oh, I am not gonna lie. I totally thought that was the luck arrow. Oh, it's a leaping. Oh. The luck trade is unironically a lucky trade. Oh, yes. Wow. There it is. GG. I never thought I would be able to get my hands on these. We got 20 of these legit. I cannot wait to add these to my storage. I am going to get this guy in a boat because ideally down the road, I want to bring him to the main world. And I still don't know how that's going to work, but future me problem. So yeah, hopefully those arrows increase our luck because now it's the time you've all been waiting for. We are about to make the God Armor Premium Edition and we are going to need some luck so that it doesn't get too expensive and we don't end up farming zombies again for so many hours. There's a really good tutorial about how to combine the books properly by Eagle Eyes. However, he only shows how to make it not too expensive for a God Armor piece that doesn't already have an enchantment. So I guess we just hope that doesn't happen and combine what we can. And so I began with the easiest piece, the chest plate. Finally, for 32 levels, we have... This is the single best chest plate probably to ever legitimately exist. And we aren't even done adding on to it yet. But that was 32 levels to combine. My gosh, the boots are going to have way more enchantments than that. Which means we're going to need like 300 to 400 total levels to make the rest of the set. So time for another XP farm. Pretty sure the easiest option is going to be an Enderman farm. We're going to need to make a bunch of wool blocks so that we can make carpets, so that we can mob proof for Endermans. Going to need to get some stone to make slabs for the farm. And of course, because I downgraded the world, we once again have to beat the game all over again. Bro, I got 2 that broke in a row. Funny thing, for now, we don't actually have to kill the dragon. I just want to focus on getting the Enderman farm up and running to get the levels to combine everything. Man, you know how nice it would have been to just have the levels copied from my main hardcore world? Once I built far enough out, I began setting up a little platform and mob-proofed everything with carpets to prevent the Enderman from teleporting out. Now to just spawn an Endermite. Nice, there we go. Are you serious, dude? They killed my Endermite. So I set up a better one, which definitely can't break this time. Spoiler alert, it did. But finally, we got the XP farm up and running. Okay, this is a crap farm, bro. It's doing nothing. My gosh. But regardless, it was what I needed to begin combining books. All right, here we go. Time to combine, finally. This took a while. I followed the tutorial, killed a bunch of Endermen. We got all the stuff combined, and there is the full set of God Armor Premium. We can't forget the Premium. So with all that being said, we have officially collected all sorts of cursed items, cursed tools, a mending infinity bow, literally arrows of luck, and finally, God Armor Premium. We just about have everything required to be able to update back to our main world, but there are still 2 items I forgot. The Protection 5 Enchanted Book and putting Looting 3 onto my bow. So because we've done all this already, I'll show it to you quicker. First, I downgraded to the Enchantments update and got Looting 3 for my bow. Then for some reason, when you have a book in the later versions like this Bane of Arthropods 5 book and then downgrade it, it just defaults to Protection, therefore giving us a Protection 5 book. Also, for those of you wondering, no, you cannot put Protection 5 on your armor, unfortunately. So with all those cursed items acquired, it's officially time to update to our main hardcore world. This whole time, despite many close calls, I managed to not die even once, which I'm pretty proud of given all the weird bugs. So how are we gonna do this? I checked out some videos of other people who have done some similar downgrading videos and realized that pretty much the only way to get these items in the world is by putting everything we want into a couple chunks and then use MCA selector to copy them over to the latest version. So anything in my inventory will be deleted. My XP will be deleted. Everything will be deleted except for what is in these chunks. So I created chests for everything we're gonna bring with us. And it was just after that I noticed a skeleton that was roleplaying as a zombie. That's kind of strange. What the heck? Where is his bow? Wait, let's bring this guy. I should not kill him. How does he not have a bow? Seriously, does anyone know how he doesn't have a bow? That is everything that we just spent the last 40 hours working towards. So now, the moment of truth. We are updating the version to 1.21.4. Perfect. It has now been updated. The second step is to go onto our real Akenwood and find a spot to copy the chunks to. And I feel like near our farlands where everything is buggy and glitchy would be a cool spot to put it. This is right behind our farlands build in the world. I think it'd look really good here, honestly. So watch this. We're going to do a cool transition. You ready? Boom. Here we are. Yep, that was really bad. Oh my gosh. It's honestly like a cool little build. We spent so much time in this little thing. It is honestly nostalgic. I don't want to touch this place at all. I just want to let it stay the way that it is. Yes. There it is. Everything cursed. And now we're going to make it even better. Firstly, what we need to do, we need to put the final 2 enchantments on here, which is going to be Soul Speed 3 for the boots, as well as Swift Sneak 3. Thank you. Thank you. I did not want to go to an ancient city. 35 levels. That is actually so close to being too expensive. There are 11 enchantments on those boots. My gosh. Nobody in hardcore has ever had armor this OP. Finally, I can wear armor that truly satisfies my desire for perfection. And next, we're gonna make all of our tools also have perfect enchantments. So we're gonna do a full showcase of enchanting every single... Yeah, that was boring. Here's the finished stuff. Gosh, these are some sweet tools. Oh my goodness. We are unstoppable. I should close my window 1 second. And now there's one more thing we need to do before we test the armor. We need to put the silence armor trim on everything. I think there are a couple of options. We gotta make this set as cool as humanly possible. Let's see how gold looks firstly. Amethyst, nether quartz, lapis. Oh, okay, redstone is pretty cool. What the heck? Gold is even cooler. I think gold is way cooler. White is kind of neat. Okay, that's just... I think it's between gold and white. And the winner is... redstone. Now that this armor is finished, I should mention that I'm going to be including it in my world download on my Patreon page. This is not the only world there. There are a bunch of texture packs, schematics, builds, a whole bunch more stuff. Any and all support there is very much appreciated. It helps me run the channel. So if you want to go check that out, that would mean so much. Thank you. All right. Enough goofing around. It's time to test the armor. The first test is fire protection, and we're just going to be sitting in this lava. Do I just not take damage with... Okay, I do. It took 10 seconds for the first heart to disappear. There we go. 1 minute and 3 seconds we went for. Now, the next one I want to test is TNT. Normally, 1 TNT, when you're on it and it explodes, you would just die. Let's test it right here. 4 hearts. Just 4 hearts. Are you serious? Next up, projectile protection, which normally looks like this without armor. Oh my gosh, that almost killed me. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Dude. Now, with the armor, FYI, 4 hearts are gone already. Look at this. Here it is. Here it is. Nothing. Actually, nothing. And the final test to how OP I've become is to figure out how far we can fall with Feather Falling 4 on every piece. All right, so I am now 96 blocks up. This is the first test. So let's see if we can survive. I have an extra totem just in case. 5 hearts. Bro, 128 blocks up. Can we survive this fall? 3 hearts. Also, I should mention, I forgot to test this without the resistance from my beacon, but it would be pretty similar. 160 blocks. Is this going to be enough to kill me? Let's find out. Nope. I might be able to fall from world height to the bottom of the world with my next little trick. I have gotten a god apple and a turtle master potion. We are going to attempt to fall from world height to the bottom of the world. And I'm so confident in our armor that I'm going to do it without a totem. Here we go. Here we go. Don't die. Back up. I'm sorry, what? I only took 7 hearts of damage from the top of the world? That is honestly such a flex, being able to say I fell the height of the entire world without a totem in my 15,000 day hardcore world. And now, because I literally could not build higher, I tested the same armor on a creative world by spawning myself 907 blocks in the air and found that that was the highest you can fall from without dying. So basically, the moral of the video is, if you want to be OP in a world, you know, be OP in a world. Don't let Mojang stop you. Hello, everybody. I just wanted to make this quick announcement basically saying I will be at VidCon from the 19th of June through the 21st. This is going to be the first ever fan meet and greet we've ever done, so I'm super excited. Let me know if you'll be there in the comments.
Unfortunately, Murph will not be attending this year.